What's going on, guys? It's Cynthia here with the Lift Program and CW Fitness, and I just wanted to hit on today why it's better and will help you reach your goals by tracking macros versus calories. And it's very easy to track macros. Don't let that word. Macros is just your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. A lot of people come to me and they're like, I don't even know what macros are. And so don't let that overwhelm you by any means. It's nothing. It's just your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. And so we track macros versus just tracking calories to make sure that we are hitting the correct numbers and the quality of food is good. And I'll get more into that. So the reason we want to track track macros versus calories is if you just go by the calories on the package, the government allows some flexibility for manufacturers when they're putting the nutritional information on the package. And it's okay, it's no fault to theirs because it's based on the averages. Because, there's always human error or packaging error or something when you're processing and putting food together, and that's just the nature of the business. So they allow them to do their numbers, and they're kind of based off of averages. So if it's a product that's 50 calories or under, they're allowed to be off by a margin of 5 calories. If it's a product that's 50 calories or higher, they're allowed to be off by 10 calorie margin, okay? And why that's so big is because if you're trying to lose weight and it's always, calories in versus calories out, and let's say, you're eating different things and you're basing it off of the calories on the package, versus counting your macros, it could be off. So let's say it's something that they say is 100 calories, right? And let's say that you have 10 servings of whatever this is over the course of 5 days, and it's actually 110 calories, right? 110 because it can be off by 10. So that is 100 calories unaccounted for in there. All right. So it can be huge if you're tracking calories in versus calories out. And that's just one thing. Let's say you have 3 things, that you're just counting the calories off of what the package tells you, and each one of them is off by 10 calories higher. You can be off by 200-300 calories over the week. So that could be what's stalling your progress, or that could be what is causing weight gain. It just depends on where you are and, where you are when you're working on your goals. So that's why we track macros, and we track proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. And then we also track sugar and fiber just to know where we're at for health reasons. But protein is 4 calories per gram. Carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram, and fat is 9 calories per gram. Now, don't let that overwhelm you. You don't have to manually write this stuff out and track it every day. There's so many great apps out there for you now that will help you track and hit those numbers that when you figure out where you need to be calorie wise and how to divide that and figure out your macro numbers, there's apps. And one of my favorite is MyFitnessPal. And the reason I like MyFitnessPal for tracking, there's a couple of things I don't like on FitnessPal, and I'll go over that, but I like it for tracking because it has a nutrients screen in it that it literally shows you everything. It shows you your vitamins, your minerals. It shows us the proteins, the carbs, the fats, the fibers, the sugars, your vitamin A, your calcium, your iron. Like, you get all that information, which is great for me as a coach to be able to go back and review that for my clients. And it lets me help to, adjust their program and make goals for them according to the information that I can get off of it versus somebody just telling me what they're eating. And so it's really, really good. And there's a couple other good ones out there that do that. You just want to make sure that it doesn't just track calories. You want to see your protein grams, your fat grams, your carbs, your fibers, your sugars. You want to see that information because that's what's going to help you make better choices. It's going to educate you on food. It's going to teach you how to create nutritionally dense, healthy meals that are delicious. And it's just good. It's good information that you should know. You should be knowing what you're putting into your body. So the things that you have to watch though with MyFitnessPal, and I don't know if this holds true with the others, is MyFitnessPal will deduct, if you record your exercise in the FitnessPal, it will add those exercise calories onto your calorie total for the day. So let's say your calories are set at 1900 for the day, and you did a workout and you burned 300 calories in that workout. It will tell you then, it will add that 300 calories onto your 1900 and tell you you can actually eat 2200. Now, that would be maintenance. That would be not trying to lose weight. So if you're at maintenance and you're not trying to lose any weight, is it going to hurt anything? No. Again, you just need to make sure that your calories are figured correctly for your current activity level and body weight and all of that. But if you're trying to lose weight, no, you don't put that 300 calories back onto your 1900. Your 1900 calories, if you have figured your calories correctly, already include your activity level and the amount that you're burning off. So you don't want to eat more calories, because again, it's always calories in versus calories out. So you want to be at a deficit, and the exercise or the activity that we're burning calories helps us get in that deficit. So we don't want to turn around and eat those calories again. So that's one thing that I'm not real crazy about with FitnessPal when it's doing that, because it's messed with my clients initially a couple of times because they thought that they could. So that's one thing on there. I can't remember what the other is. I can't think, but that's my biggest pet peeve with FitnessPal, that it adds that back in there. I don't know why it does that. But anyways. Okay, so that's why, guys, track your macros. Don't just track calories. If you don't know how many macros, there are some generic calculators out there on Google that you could put in there. Just make sure you put in your information as accurate as possible. And the more filters or questions that the calculator has, the better or more accurate it's going to be to what your current calorie needs are, okay? If it's just a generic one that just says, give me your height and your weight, it's better than not knowing anything, but there's some better ones out there. And then you can always, work with a coach like myself. In my programs, I teach you exactly how to figure that out. How many calories, and I teach you how to adjust your calories, because you won't stay at the same calories. If you're losing weight, you will adjust calories, or if you're gaining weight, you'll adjust calories, or when you get to maintenance, you'll have to adjust calories. So you're not just always going to eat 1900 calories for the rest of your life. Your body adapts and it changes, and you have to adjust your calories with it. And again, don't let that overwhelm you. It's very easy to do once you learn how to do it. Does it take a little bit of time to do it? Absolutely. But once you do it, you learn it, you're set for a lifetime versus continual, diet cycling and crash diets and trying this fad diet over here, and it worked temporarily, but I couldn't sustain it because it's not really a lifestyle. So I backed off of it. I put the weight back on. Then this other new fad diet comes out and I tried that. So, that's the stuff I'm not about. I'm about teaching you the correct way to do it. Learn it for yourself. My goal is to educate you and teach you. I don't want to be working with you 3 years from now. I didn't do my job if that's the case. I want to teach you how to do this so that you learn how, and that you can maintain this for the rest of your life, so that you lead a healthy lifestyle, you feel good, you have good energy, we're increasing your longevity. When you're 80 years old, you're still kicking ass, and that's my personal goal, and so I hope yours is the same. Like, who doesn't want to live a long, healthy life, right? And all of that comes from what we shove down our pie hole and our activity levels. So, and drinking plenty of water. But okay, I hope this is helpful. And like I said, if you're unsure where your macros should be and your things, there's some generic Google calculators that are better than nothing and just doing your best guessing game. And that's what I don't like about FitnessPal. Don't use the FitnessPal because it's just it's a super generic one. And I have never seen it to figure my clients right. It actually figures my clients too low. And I don't like that. So get on Google, go through a couple of them. Don't just pick the first one that pops up. Do just a little bit of time. Find a good one that's got more filters, like ask age, activity level, height, weight, current body fat, things like that. Try and find one like that, or you can join my new program coming out soon. All right, guys. Thanks.